welcome to City 7 News. First a look at the headlines. 3 workers killed in wall collapse. International live video call websites get restricted access in the UAE. And Dubai-based artists showcase their talent. Three people were killed and a fourth was seriously injured when a cement barrier of a house under construction fell on them in Al Mizhar. The 4 Asian workers were pouring cement to lay the foundations of the house when a heap of sand collapsed, resulting in the cement barrier falling on them. Dubai police rescue teams pulled the bodies of the workers from the rubble while the injured was rushed to Rashid Hospital. Initial investigations by Dubai municipality suggest the incident happened due to some basic mistakes by the contractor and the consultant while executing their job. According to a statement from the municipality, the contractor built a wall of bricks in contravention of engineering work norms. Video conferencing and live voice streaming sites such as Skype may soon become legal in the UAE, provided they partner with local businesses to distribute the services. The Telecommunications Regulatory Authority today decided to relax restrictions on voice-over IP services.
UAE's Telecommunications Regulatory Authority today announced the new VoIP policy. Government officials confirmed rumors that began circulating last week after Skype executives shared their intention to open offices in the Gulf area.
The door is open for them to come and have partnership with any of the existing licensees in the country for any kind of service portfolio that they would like to implement and adopt. For the average end user, the limitation would be the availability of the service within the licensee. As we said, the opportunity is there now. It's up to the licensees to bring up the right packages for corporates or individuals to provide the service, whether you want to use it for your house, in your house, or your office, or through your mobile. It's up to the licensees to provide such service.
This news will come as a relief to the large number of UAE residents who have friends and family living in other countries. UAE businesses and academic establishments will also benefit from the new policy because it will allow them to network via video conferencing and broadcasted lectures.
Although it is now legal for individuals to use voice-over IP services, they will be required to go through a licensed service provider and most likely pay a fee. Companies such as Skype are currently in talks with previously licensed telecom providers like Du and Etisalat to set up an effective system.
But it's no secret that many UAE residents currently use VoIP services illegally. So depending on what Du and Etisalat charge for services such as Skype, they may not attract as many customers as hoped.
I need to contact my family because they all live in Australia and it's too expensive to call my mobile. I'm not allowed to use a work phone and I don't have a landline on my own. So it's cheaper. Depends on what the costs are. If the costs are really high to use it legally, I'll probably just continue to use it illegally because the whole point of using it is because it's cheaper.
While UAE residents continue to browse illegally, it may not be long before they will have to stop such activities. The TRA confirmed that they will work with local police forces to stop such internet activity that is not contracted by said licensees. Carmel Dimichis, City 7 News.
The Ministry of Labour has suspended 800 firms for failing to transfer their workers' salaries on time and not converting to the wages protection system. According to the government news agency WAM, the ministry has agreed to extend the deadline for 300 firms to convert to the system after obtaining concrete evidence that they gave their workers wages on time. Statistics reveal that over 1.5 million workers are now receiving wages through WPS. Out of 4,000 firms, more than 3,000 converted their workers' wages through the system during the first phase. The total number of companies expected to incorporate the system is more than 9,000. WPS is an initiative to safeguard the payment of salaries via transfers through selected financial institutions that are authorized and regulated by the government. In an effort to uplift the image of Filipino women in the Gulf, a lifestyle publication is holding the third run of its Women of Substance program. The event hopes to break the stereotypes Filipinas commonly fall under by recognizing women achievers who defied adversities and challenges.
20 years ago, Lalaine Chu Benitez came to the UAE armed with a college degree. Unfortunately, at the time, she says there were limited job opportunities available for women. In particular, Filipinas who mostly ended taking up blue-collar jobs.
Filipinas were slotted into certain job categories, and that was mainly in the domestic segment, or probably even the service sector. But I think as the Gulf is growing, particularly the UAE, where growth has been so aggressive in the last couple of years, Filipinas have been able to go into other job fields, and they're qualified to do that.
3.5 years ago, Lalaine started her own Filipino lifestyle magazine out of Dubai. She hopes to encourage other Filipinas to dream big and reach for the stars, a message Women of Substance aims to promote.
We're trying to encourage Filipinas to adopt a more proactive role in terms of promoting themselves and improving themselves with education, with excelling in the work front, upholding their moral values and their spiritual values. So it's really not only about the image of the Filipina, but also the inside growth.
Though the change may take time to be realized, women achievers in the community are being honored every year to set an example. Among this year's awardees is the first ever woman ambassador to the UAE.
I think I have a special role and mission to do, especially because we have something called feminized migration. So with due respect to our Filipinos, I would like to focus more on our Filipinas, who are more than 50% of our migrant workers and who seem to be in a vulnerable position.
The annual event honors women from all walks of life, including entrepreneurs, humanitarian volunteers, and media personalities who have contributed significantly to the community. Testament to the progressive changes in the Filipina. Khadija Sali, City 7 News.
It's time now for a short break. Up next, Dubai-based artists showcase talent in new exhibition. Welcome back to City 7 News. The month of March is when the art scene in Dubai gets really busy. With Art Dubai to start on the 17th, numerous events are being held across the city to highlight the role of the Emirate in promoting local, regional as well as international art. We visited one such platform exclusively for artists based here.
Take a hold of your life every day.
The evening was filled with music by local performers and the buzz of artists and audiences interacting with each other. Mind, or Made in Dubai, is where 27 city-based artists have come together to showcase their works, from video installations in photography to graphic art.
I think it's amazing that we have so much exposure to international art, but I think it's also equally important to make sure that we look for the talent that lives in a city, because I think an art scene must always sort of emerge from the artist and grow outwards.
Fatima's work is also on display here. Her body art has been photographed by Karen Dias. Rashid Al-Mullah, an engineer by training, usually works in oil paintings but has begun to explore other mediums. His stint abroad as a student has played a role in this journey, he says.
Interacting with foreign artists encouraged me to, I can do it. Even if it's not for the public, it's for myself. And for sure there will be one day a group of people who would be interested in this kind of art.
Brown Monkeys are a talented group of artists, from illustrators to painters, who are making their presence felt in the city with their quirky take on life.
It doesn't matter what nationality you are, if you're Filipino, if you're English, if you're Indian. It crosses the boundaries. It goes beyond that. So
it's like the art connects nationalities, different races. I mean, that's our purpose also. I mean, to interact with other nationalities as well, and to tickle their minds.
Mind continues till 22nd March at Duktak, giving local art enthusiasts an opportunity to explore the city's creative talents. Sonia Felinto, City 7 News.
This year, Earth Hour will be held at 8:30 p.m. on March 27th. The international campaign encourages residents to switch off lights for an hour to raise awareness about global warming. Some 400,000 people across the UAE joined the event last year, adding to widespread public interest in over 100 countries. Dubai alone saw a reduction in power consumption of 146,000 kilowatt-hour, according to Dubai Electricity and Water Authority. Countries and regions involved for the first time this year include Kosovo, Madagascar, Nepal, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Mongolia, Cambodia, Czech Republic, Paraguay, Ecuador, and the U.S. Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands in the Pacific Ocean. The Puma 2010 International Moth World Championship drew to a close in Dubai. The week-long competition showcased moth small boat sailing, an extreme sport that's gaining popularity with the international sailing community.
For the last 10 days, competitors have been battling weak winds and one another for the Puma 2010 Moth World's title. In the last few seconds of the final race, British sailor Simon Payne came in first.
I was leading through the second half of the regatta and I had a 9-point margin, so I didn't expect to win, but it would have been stupid had I blown that. And I nearly did. For me, it's a real privilege to beat guys of this standard and quality. You know, I haven't quite had the thoroughbred training that they've had, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Despite the weak winds that hindered some of the larger sailors from succeeding, Australian Andrew McDougall, a moth sailor with 35 years of experience, slid into second place.
I just had to do one lap where I didn't make a mistake. I was fast, but every lap I was just doing something wrong, and I'd go back, get back to about 6th, then I'd pick up to 4th, 3rd, and then just the last lap I just nailed it. I just got everything right, boat speed. It was really good.
With recent technological developments, moth boats have become the fastest sailing vessels on the water, causing it to grow in prominence in cities like Dubai.
We've got like 13 boats here now. It's been building up from 2 years ago when we had none. We've got all the young guys in it now, so it's cool. I think one of our guys won the Junior World Champs today.
The 10-day competition helped shed some light on the UAE's growing moth sailing scene, and event organizers considered it a big success. Next year, the International Moth Association has voted to hold the race in Australia. Carmel Diamichis, City 7 News.
Moving on to the weather forecast, here's a look at the temperatures expected in the Emirates tomorrow. That's it for now. Please feel free to send your comments and suggestions to news@city7tv.com, or you can always call us on 04-367-2254. You can get the latest news anytime on city7tv.com, and please do check our City 7 News Facebook page for regular updates. For now, from the news team, it's goodbye.